How would you like to work less and make more? A lot of people say that, but very few people ever figure out how to do it. I'm going to give you some strategies today that are going to serve you really well.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of greatness quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
I agree. It sounds cliche. A lot of people say it. I hear it on the phone a lot when I'm talking to new potential clients, and they say they want to stop working so hard and they want to work smarter. Tim Ferriss wrote an amazing book called The 4-Hour Workweek years ago and has built a business and a brand that I think is one of the most powerful and influential that we have on the planet right now. I mean, he's amazing. And it's called The 4-Hour Workweek. Like, it makes a promise that you can escape the 9 to 5. I love his subtitle in the book. I'm going to read it to you right now. Escape the 9 to 5. Like, who is working a 9 to 5? Like, most people in North America, at least. And business owners work a lot more than that, right? So that's like almost everybody. And then he says in the second part of his subtitle, he says, you have the ability to live anywhere. Like, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, he's making that promise of the 4-Hour Workweek. He's like, hey, live anywhere. And then the third part of his the subtitle of that book is join the new rich. Like, there was one. There's a new rich. It builds this excitement that I have potentially have the ability to join it. Like, I didn't even know there was one. And how do I join? Like, are they accepting membership? So it's pretty cool. Now, how do you get that done? How do you actually functionally work less so that you can make more? And I've given a lot of strategies on this podcast, and I teach about this stuff a lot. I talked about the podcast about results come from two places, either mistakes or mentors. And so I highly advise that you find a mentor, obviously. And that's where I have often found the shortcuts that do help me make more in less time. Frank Kern just shared something recently on social media with one of his posts, and he said, and he's one of my mentors, by the way, and he talked about a lot of his clients that have gone on to make the most phenomenal financial results. And he said typically, no, he didn't say typically, he said every single time, the results that were the most exponential was when people stopped doing so many different things. They did less every single time. Now, in one of my businesses, I had a water sports business. We were running a parasail boat. And that meant I would drive my boat to the beach, and I would pick up 6 people, put them on my boat. I would take them out in the ocean. I would pop up this gigantic parachute on the back of the boat. There's this whole strategy about how you do that, by the way. Imagine a parachute like just sitting in a lump on the back of the boat, and then you have to figure out how to inflate it so that it would, not go into the water and whatnot and float people up in the air. And then we would float people around in the air for about a half hour or so. And, everybody would take turns. And then we'd take the parachute down, hopefully without getting it wet or tearing it or whatnot, and then drive back to the beach and then have to maneuver the boat on the beach with breaking waves sometimes and different challenges to make sure we didn't run over somebody and kill them. And then we would unload them, take all the payment and all of the stuff that we would have to do on the boat, sell T-shirts and hats and film and videos and stuff like that. And then we would pick up the new bunch and go out and do it again. Whew. That was a lot in an hour. Each trip was about an hour, and we could only fly about 6 people in an hour. Now, I remember the day that we more than doubled our business. And it was one of the coolest, most successful days of my life. I was giggling my ass off because it was one of the easiest days of work I'd ever had, because we finally figured out how to not fly 6 people in an hour, but 12. And what we did is I hired a crew member that had worked at another water sports location in Hawaii, and they did a lot of business. And he said, why don't you use a little shuttle boat? And he goes, if you use an inflatable shuttle boat, you can go ahead and you can drive the inflatable right up next to your boat, and you never have to take the parachute down. You just need another captain, and he'll do the work shuttling back and forth. And this can make it really easy. And guys, what ended up happening is the shuttle boat worked so well the first day that I put up the parachute once in the morning, and then never took it down until the end of the day. I made over $10,000 that day. It was the first day I'd made $10,000, and I felt like I had just won the lottery. So here are some of the strategies that you can use so that you can work less and make more. Okay, are you ready for it? Because there are ways, and the first way is to find a mentor. You need to find a path. Somebody who has done something more intelligent, that are being smarter. Like, the way that you can go ahead and make more money is you need to find somebody to help you that can guide you. Because you've got to work smarter and not harder. And the guy or gal that's listening to this right now, that's created the results that you've created in your life up to this stage, is not that level of thinking is not the same level of thinking that you need to really 10x your results or create this next level results. You need some next level help. You got to get smarter versus just doing more work. That's not the answer. So the second thing, this is my second tip for you about how you can work less and make more, is you need a new offer. One of the first things I'll do when I'm working with a client is I'll talk to them about what they sell. Like, who do you serve? What do you sell? What problems do you solve? What are the things you do that are the coolest, that create the biggest results for other people? And oftentimes we need to go ahead and adjust our offerings. We need to adjust our prices. We need to adjust what we deliver to other people. Because to make more money, you often need to charge more money. I'll give you two more tips here about how to work less and make more. And this is a really good one that I got from the 4-Hour Workweek with Tim Ferriss. I read that book years ago. And Tim decided to work with his best clients. Like, instead of trying to appeal to everyone, there's a group of people that were his clients in the past that had caused him a big pain in the ass. They caused him the most time. And he decided to fire his yucky clients and then just primarily work with his best clients, the ones that made him the biggest profit and then were the least pain in the ass. And lo and behold, he was able to work less because he was giving them more value and service. And I've heard this time and time again from my different mentors, is focus on your best clients. And then I guess the fourth thing here is to find more and better ways to serve your client. If you're not innovating and finding, constantly trying to improve your offers and the value that you provide someone, then you're just not, you're going to go extinct. There are many businesses that are in the process of going extinct right this moment. I'll bet you $1 that the Fortune 500 group that's there right now, that there's going to be multiple companies that go broke in the next 10 years. They're coming off of that Fortune 500. They're going to be replaced because they're not innovating and not finding new and better ways to serve their clients. And sometimes that means that you don't charge more money. Sometimes you lower your fees. And you change the business model that you have so that you can better serve people who need your help. So I hope that helps you. Find a mentor, make new offers, focus on your best clients, and then continually try to improve the value that you deliver. Oh, you know what? Let me give you this one. Is that oftentimes a better service or value, just as an insight for you, is not you. You don't need to give more of yourself. Oftentimes, one of the coolest things I do with new offers for myself or clients is I don't give more of my blood, sweat, energy, and tears. It's not, they don't need more Trevor. There's only so much of that to go around. So I'll find someone else and something else to give them that does not cost me time, money, energy, and resources. And so these are some of the smarter ways that you can go ahead and make and earn and help people. So with that, I'm going to set you loose, take some of what I just shared with you today and write it down in your journal. That's the challenge today, is to write down in your journal something of what I just shared with you that you are actually going to apply. Because knowledge doesn't do much. It just kind of sits there. And you might say, yeah, dude, I know that. I know that. Oof, be careful with that one. That phrase, I know that, is one of the most poverty-creating phrases you can possibly have. That is not a phrase of abundance. That is a comment and a phrase that will hold you back. Don't use that crap. Instead, go ahead and figure out how you can apply this in your life. If you're not living it, you don't know it. And if you can't teach it to somebody else, you actually don't know it. So you might just go ahead and call somebody up today and get on social media, write a little blog post about it, whatever it might take, and go ahead and share what you learned today with someone else. See, because when you can teach it, you can go ahead and do it and live it. And I got a little phrase around that. I might be messing it up right now, but it doesn't matter. What is important is that you journal this and then share it with others. All right, that's my goal for you today, so that you can make more in less time. Make today magnificent. Please share this podcast with somebody else that you care about, so we can go ahead and connect with them and help them and give them more of our goodness and greatness. All right, make today awesome.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.